Good morning, everybody. It's an honor and privilege to be part of this conference. I would like to thank all the EC3 organizers, the reviewers, and all the participants for giving us this opportunity to present our research here. My name is Hooman Sadeh, and I'm a PhD candidate from Politecnico de Milano, Politecnico University of Milan, and I will be sharing my research with you. Let me go ahead and share my screen with everybody so we can get started. Topic of our presentation is BIM implementation for micro, small, and medium-sized contractors. And all the authors are from the Department of Architecture, Built Environment and Construction Engineering of Politecnico de Milano. I'm going to give you a little bit background on myself and tell you what transpired this research project. I am, as I said, I'm a PhD student, and my thesis topic is on digitalization of the construction sector, and specifically with the case of micro and small and medium contractors. So what we are trying to find out is how can micro, small, and medium-sized contractors become digitalized and use all the data information that is shared among the stakeholders, contractors, subcontractors, suppliers, architects, and engineers without having the resources and proper technologies. And a little bit bio about myself. I graduated from California State University, Cal State East Bay from the San Francisco Bay Area with Masters in Construction Management. And then I joined Politecnico de Milano and started doing this research. So within the Italian construction sector, we have most of the firms, as you can see from this slide, are small, micro and small firms, if you will, 96.3%. And the medium firms consist of only 3.5%, and the large firms are only 0.2%. And that is not just the case in Italy and many other countries throughout the world, including the US, the UK. The numbers are pretty much the same, and the majority of these contractors are small contractors and are basically they're the backbone of the economy. So as part of our project, what we are trying to accomplish is to build this digital platform where all the information and data is shared among all the stakeholders from the project inception all the way through construction and then operation when it's handed over to the end users. And as you can see, we have our digital factory here, and then the construction factory, which is the construction site, and all the information, it goes through the digital platform, and you have the different technologies as part of the industry for including building information modeling, Internet of Things, and GIS and whatnot. And then we have the final product, or the construction project once it's delivered and finished. And then in this slide, again, this is digitalization, digital information flow in the construction process. As you can see, you have all the stakeholders, including the owner, contractors, suppliers, engineers, and architects. They are all feeding data into our platform, which is accessible for everybody in real time, and they can share it at any time and access it. So that's the goal of my thesis, and as one of the elements of this digitalization, we decided to look into building information modeling, and the building information modeling implementation for micro and small and medium-sized contractors. There has been many papers, research papers on BIM. However, there are not that many papers or research been conducted on small and medium-sized contractors. So that's the research gap. And the questions we're trying to answer is whether BIM utilization impacts the relationship between the stakeholders, and what are the top BIM barriers and benefits for these contractors. And also we try to investigate the relationship between the size of the firms, partnership, and the building information modeling benefits. The methodology that we used for this research was basically it was a survey design. It was a questionnaire that was distributed online. We sent it out to many people, but the sample size ended up being 70, which is not that big. It's pretty small. And it included contractors, designers, suppliers, owners, and consultants. And it was distributed within Italy, Colombia, and Brazil. And over here, I can show you some more numbers regarding the data that we received. So we had 23 micro firms, which had the number of employees between 1 to 9. We had 26 small contractors. We had 11 medium-sized contractors and 8 large contractors. And then on the bottom, you can see the distribution within those countries, how many respondents we have. We had 21 from Brazil, 30 from Colombia, and 19 from Italy. We used factor analysis to determine the factors for benefits and barriers of building information modeling. And then we used the mean value to rank the top benefits and barriers. And then the chi-square independence test was used to test association between the firm size, benefits, and the partnership variables that we had for a study. So we, within the questionnaire, we had the benefits and barriers of building information modeling. Basically, we got that through our literature review. After studying the literature, we picked the most important barriers and the benefits, and we put them into the questionnaire. So according to the responses that we received, basically the top 4 benefits of BIM were supply chain responsiveness, bureaucracy reduction, stakeholder management, and information transparency. And then our respondents indicated that the financial factor as well as interoperability with ICT were the top 2 barriers for the micro and small and medium-sized contractors. And these were all, as I said, they were ranked based on the mean values that we received from the respondents. And then we factor analyzed the benefits and barriers. We had, I believe, can't think of it top of my head. I think we have 14 variables for benefits. And then after the analysis, we ended up with 4 different components out of these 14 variables. And we conducted the same analysis for the barriers, and I believe we had 8. We had 8 variables for barriers, and we ended up with 2 components. So the results here, as you can see, for the BIM benefits, we renamed the 4 components as follows: operations, marketability, production, and information sharing. These were the top 4 components for benefits, and for barriers, it was the 2 components, so we called them lack of professionalism and lack of technical knowledge or know-how. And then we moved on to the next stage using the chi-square independence test, and then we had these following hypotheses. Basically, our H0 was there is no association between firm size and BIM benefits, and then of course H1 was that there was an association, and so on and so forth. We did the same for strategic partnership with BIM benefits. So out of all the 14 benefits that we had, only data standardization and stakeholder management had a p-value which was less than 0.05, and for the barriers, and also for the between a strategic partnership and benefits, only bureaucracy reduction and stakeholder management had a p-value which was less than 0.05. So we confirmed that there was a relationship between the firm size, stakeholder management, and data standardization, and also it was confirmed that there was a relationship between strategic partnership and stakeholder management and bureaucracy reduction. So conclusion and limitation of the study. Basically, the conclusions, as I mentioned, for the top BIM benefits, it was supply chain responsiveness and bureaucracy reduction, and the barriers were the financial aspects and also the interoperability with ICT, and then the association between firm size and data standardization and stakeholder management were significant, and also between partnership, bureaucracy reduction, and stakeholder management as well. Part of the limitations of this study were it was the fact that the questionnaire was sent to 3 different countries, Italy, Brazil, and Colombia. So we had to translate it into 3 different languages, Spanish, Portuguese, and Italian. So that was one of the challenges that we faced and limitations for the study. And then since this was a cross-cultural study, the precision of the transferring all these concepts into these languages, that was one of the primary factors that we believe that limited our measuring the concepts and variables. So this was my presentation. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sorry I didn't have cool graphics for you because it was based on statistics, and so I didn't have any cool graphics or pictures to include. I hope you enjoyed it, and please let me know. I'm available for any questions and answers. Thank you very much.